Aloha, happy Friday. Yes, you can have a treat. No, we don't want that. We want a small treat, not a big treat. So let me give the other dogs their goodies so they can enjoy it. How are y'all doing? We made it through another work week. Everything's set. And yes, today we decided after a little bit of, actually, I decided. I was sitting there trying to figure out what to do today, do a mental health live, or there's so many things going on in true crime world right now, and I thought, you know what, let's do an update on those things. We've got a lot going on, so let's give a little bit of time for YouTube to get all the notifications sent out while I sit here and try to get some treats towards the dogs. What? By the way, for those of you who are there right now, and I know Christola's doing her verse for the day. By the way, if anyone's ever looking for a real nice uplifting community tab, you know how community tabs aren't always the most uplifting place to go. And she really has a great, her community tab, she has different Bible verses and things like that. It's really cool. So cool gamer, how you doing, my dear? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And we are, by the way, Cantina is on for tonight. We are going to do a special Cantina actually because yours truly has a birthday coming up. Not today, but actually Sunday, but I won't be able to be here on Sunday. So, hey, what better time to celebrate than on Cantina Day? Okay, so we're going to just enjoy Cantina, hang out, enjoy. Oh my gosh, Nightbot is working now. For those of you who don't know, Battissimo went the way of the dodo birds. So I had to set up Nightbot, and we're doing it, and it worked. Yes, Christola, it worked. I'm so happy about that. And all that is so cool. And Grace is here too. So we got Grace here. Hey, Grace, and Cool Gamer. And oh, I'm so happy Battissimo worked because it makes the job of my amazing moderator so much easier. And also, but no, yeah, you guys know, I used to do mental health Fridays, and I'm still going to do them, but once in a while I'm trying to come up with subjects, and there's so many different things going on. And as you guys know, okay, in fact, by the way, Sleuth and I will be back next week for sure. Come hell or high water, we will be back together on next week. But there's some updates on a couple cases that I wanted to address, and a new case that I came across actually today. I went over to some of my websites that I go to, and I came across this one case, and this is one time I can honestly say there is a whole community, a whole town that is focused on this one person who's gone missing. And oh, sorry, I got a little gnat flying around and all. Hey, Chris. Chris is in the house. Hello, Chris. Yes. Oh my God, this dog just wants treat after treat after treat. So before we get to that case, I did want to update you on two cases that we've covered here before that are having some updates going on. So the first one I wanted to talk to you guys about was Codi. Y'all remember Codi? Okay. We have been dealing with Codi's case now for over a year. Um, his was one of probably the first 10 cases I covered or so here. Um, and as this article is telling us, gosh, a 2 year. Oh my God, I felt like it's only been a year. I need to develop. You know what? I didn't get to read that one yet because I was going into the rest of it, but I am totally good. I started looking at the playground one, and I almost covered the playground one today because that one's really interesting. But yeah, definitely. Let me see which case it is you're talking about here. Oh, I know the one you're talking. Yes, there's a couple people right now talking about that case, and it's been really interesting. But Codi, hey, Sleuth Mom, how you doing, my dear? I know you've got a lot on your plate right now. And also, hey, keep working and we'll see you for sure. Oh, you are. And got it. So anyhow, Codi, 2 years ago. We all remember Codi went missing when his dad, Corey, reported him missing. Okay, after that, we all know that Corey right now is Okay, he's in jail. Okay, being looked at for all those things. But let me go through this way. Where is it? Yeah, the city of Hampton. There was one of the things that I love about communities when they come together and someone's gone missing, and we see this later on today with Ashley, where they have come together as a community and tried to honor her and let her and her family know that they're not going to forget her. They're going to keep looking for her. Okay, hey Red Rock, how you doing, my dear? And so in Cody's case, they put up a wall. Many of us, even Ariel, who I'm going to talk about next. We're going to talk about Ariel after this. And Ariel had a fence also. Okay, where people were coming by and leaving messages, stuffed animals, things like that. So they've done that over here with Cody. I'm going to go through and just kind of read this real quickly so everyone knows. And for those of you who don't know about the case, you'll kind of get a quick rundown. So the city of Hampton will be taking down a memorial set up to honor Cody Bigsby, roughly 2 years after the 4-year-old boy went missing. It's been 2 years. Dang, gosh, I can't believe it's been that long. Um, Corey reported his son missing from the family's Buckrow Beach home on the morning of January 31st. So we're coming up on 2 years. This is a time I know we're coming up on Gannon's anniversary. Actually tomorrow, if I recall correctly. So blue hearts in chat for Gannon. And this is also and not the anniversary of most likely his death, but of him being reported. So Cody has not been found, but his father has since been charged in the boy's presumed death. Yeah, doesn't seem like all this time at all, Cristola. Cody's disappearance launched a sprawling search and community effort to find him. As community members came together to search, they began putting up toys, stuffed animals, posters on a fence at the soccer park to honor him and as a tribute, so everyone knew we're not going to forget you. The fence faces the Buckrow Point apartment townhome complex where Cody and his dad lived. Notes of support posted on the fence contain phrases. Oh no, don't put, oh, gee. Yeah. Is it? Uh-oh. Okay, no putting hearts, Nightbot. See, this is what I've got to go through and start changing and updating. So actually during Cantina, I'm going to be doing a lot of troubleshooting with Nightbot for sure. Don't put, okay, yeah. I got to change that later. Please do not put hearts in chat. Please do not. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you for letting me know that. I hate changing bots. I really hate it. And notes were left such as, oh, Red Rock was timed out. Oh my God, Red Rock. I'm sorry, guys. Actually, wait, let me see if I can time something out real quickly. Spam protection. Let's see, excessive. Let me see. I'm going to disable a couple of things real quickly. Excess emotes, excess symbols, and then I'll go back through and clean that up later. Okay. Hopefully all that is fixed now. I am so sorry, Red Rock, or who? Oh, well, there's Red Rock there, so I'm seeing Red Rock, so that's good. Yes, we're good. Okay. And oh, I hate it. I wish Battissimo was still here. So notes were left with messages such as "We love you, Cody," "Team Cody." Okay. We've got here this great picture of, okay, just reminding him. Just get rid of all the spam protection. Yeah, you guys are here. I just did it, so I think we'll be fine now on the spam protection. Sorry, I got new treats for the dogs to keep them quiet, hopefully. So spam, not Pam. We need Pam protection. That's it, exactly. Nearly 2 years later, all items on the fence as a tribute to Cody will come down. A notice posted January 2nd states that the items are not permitted and will be removed February 5th. Those who desire to save the items must remove them before then, otherwise the city is going to get rid of them. Hey, Rowdy, welcome, Rowdy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I get it, guys. I get the whole idea that, you know what, you can't have things like, but you know what? They serve a purpose. And something needs to be done to give people the ability to say, hey, we can't allow children to continue to die, okay, and not be watched and things like that. We need to be supporting them and making sure there are laws in effect and stuff so that we don't have to keep having these fences and stuff like that. So it's frustrating. I get the thought process behind it, but it is frustrating because it's nothing bad. It's something letting people know that this kiddo matters. He matters. He didn't matter. He matters now. And we can't forget him because the moment we forget him, we're just doomed to keep repeating things until we make changes. So, as a general matter, signs and installations are not permitted at city parks without the prior approval of the city. Hampton spokesperson Mike Holtzclaw said in a written statement, and more specifically, city parks are designed primarily for recreational purposes. Okay, sorry, rather than memorial displays. However, given the strong community response to the search for Codi, we allowed this to remain. Now that an arrest has been made and the case is in court, the city decided it is appropriate to enforce the rules and remove the objects. I I get it, but something neat. I don't know. I don't know. Whether it is a memorial tree or something like that, we need something so that he's never forgotten. And that's just, I get it, but I'm just, something in me is sitting wrong right now on a lot of this. Corey Bigsby was charged with a series of child neglect counts involving his other children based on statements he made to police while being questioned about Cody's disappearance. In June, he was charged with second-degree murder and concealing a dead body. Prosecutors allege he killed Cody in June of 2021, 7 months before he reported him missing. Law enforcement investigators have long said they've had a difficult time determining when or where the boy was last alive. So it was difficult to know where to focus their efforts. The trial is set for March. And guys, this is one sleuth. I don't know if you're still able to hear or not. I don't know if you're going to cover this or if they're going to allow us to cover it. But I'm sure there's going to be lots. I'll continue talking about this case also throughout the whole time. Yeah, it wasn't like it was piled up. Okay, if you look here, okay, it's just a place. I get it. But maybe as a community, we can come up with, or they can come up with ways that we can remember Cody more officially now that they're taking this step forward. And also, but yeah, it's a rough one to say because you do know, okay, it's kind of like those. I don't know about you guys where you live, but here in Hawaii, when someone dies in a traffic accident or something like that, we end up with little memorials on the side of the road. And there's something about it that does serve a purpose. It's not only just remembering the person who lost their life, but I'll be honest, it makes a difference in my head as I'm driving and I see that. It makes me take a second to be a little bit more careful with my driving, to think about the person who lost their life and what would have been different for them. And that's kind of what I see here. I get at the same point, you get a case like this where it becomes more and how many other people are they going to add to it. But something is neat because it's also part of healing. It is part of healing. And right now, the court case has not gone through. I do recognize on the court case, yeah, you probably need to have certain things because it could. No. What's the difference between doing that and doing a news story? Sorry. I've got problem. You can, I can take it down, can I? Okay, got it. Christola, we mark the side of the road also, usually with a cross with their name in the Bible Belt. Yeah, you got it. And Red Rock agrees. So yeah, it's really a little sad on this, and I'm hoping if I hear of anything else that gets put together, whether it is donations for an actual memorial site or a tree or something like that, I'll share. I know we have some people in this community who are very, very invested. Their heart has been touched by Cody's story. Okay. And they're not going to, we're following it all the way, all the way through the court date. So if we hear of anything else, we'll definitely stay. Yep, they stay up. You guys too, Sleuth. You guys have the same for Travis. So I'm like, you know what? Why not? Why not? Okay. Maybe cut it back a little bit or something like that. But I don't know. It's something I'm just having issues with. So, but that's our first case, just to let you guys know that. Come up in March, we will definitely be covering his case. Now, Ariel. Let me ask you guys in chat real quickly. How many of you guys remember Ariel Sellers, Isabella Kalua? Okay, for those who were using her adopted name. Her biological name and the name that I call her by is actually Ariel Sellers. Sleuth, do they do ribbons around the trees for vet? Oh, yes, I remember those big time. Sorry, I'm just pulling this up. Okay, here we go. So let me pull this up. Ariel, for those of you guys who remember, Ariel is from Hawaii, from Waimanalo. She couple years ago, another case just like Codi, where she went missing. Family, all of a sudden, in this case, her adoptive family. I've never heard of her, have you, Sleuth? Exactly, exactly. Heard of her? Not at all. So, let me get these down. So, she went missing. Adoptive family reported her missing, and later on, we found out that she had been killed by the people who were supposed to be taking care of her. The people who had gone so far as to actually adopt her, okay, went and killed her. And so we've been watching here. This is a case that, unfortunately, in Hawaii, they do not actually show the court, okay, cases. You don't have trial cameras and all that. So when the date finally gets here that we have a trial, I'm hoping to actually be there, as is, I know, at least a couple family members. Okay, if you've been on Facebook, you recognize it there. Yeah. And also, so let's go through here, because a lot of things happened in December, right at the end of the year, when we were kind of going into Christmas. In fact, this was posted on Christmas Day. And then in the couple weeks after that. So the trial in the alleged 2021 murder of 6-year-old Waimanalo girl by her adopted parents has been pushed back 9 months to October 28th. Now, just so you guys know, this has been pushed back. Sleuth, do you remember how many times? Are we at 3 or 4 times now? I mean, it is so frustrating. I have my Sleuth Mom notebook that I won, and I'm holding on to that notebook because that's how I'm going to take notes during this case. And now we are talking October 4. It is 4. Okay. It is so freaking frustrating. I get people deserve time to put their cases together and stuff like that, but this is horrible. And yeah, Christola, I honestly, this case actually to me is right up there with Gannon. And right now the two, adopted mom and dad, the two monsters, are getting away with everything, because you know what? They don't have to stand. Yes, they're in jail right now, but they're not standing for their crimes. Okay, they're just sitting in jail right now. Okay, and when, I'm sorry, the trial needs to come together. This little girl deserves a little bit of justice here at this point. So the adopted father, and this is, I've got a lot of fears popping up now with where this is starting to go. The adopted father, Isaac Sonny Kalua, is now making a clear distinction between the crimes he is charged with and the crimes his wife is charged with. Now, for those of you who don't remember, the adopted mom, she's the one who, Lehua is the one who actually killed her. He helped with hiding the body, at least according to what we've been told and things like that. So now he is truly trying to make a pull away from his wife so that he doesn't get pulled up on the same charges. He is okay, and has a motion before the court to set bail. He decided he deserves bail at this point. The couple has been jailed without bail since their November 17th of 2021 indictment. So they've been in jail for quite a while. He also seeks to have all statements he made to the police suppressed, claiming he was not read his Miranda rights before being questioned by a detective. and that the statement should therefore be inadmissible for use as evidence in trial. Guys, I'm really getting worried about this case. Sleuth Mom says, I think they are going to separate, and I hope that he will make a plea deal to say where that if there gets to be a point where someone does not serve the time that they deserve to serve, I hope it's for letting us know where she is. My concern is it's connected with the ocean, like Peter Kemma. And in that case, yes, Peter's family at least know they can go to a certain part of the water, okay, to a certain rock area, and know that they are the closest they will ever come to where he was laid to rest. But yeah, at least they'll know, family will know. And that question won't keep going on in their head, because that's the worst. Lehua and Isaac Kalua reported their adopted daughter, Isabella Kalua, whose birth name was Ariel Sellers, missing on September 12th of 2021. But police said she died in mid-August, and her body has never been found. Isabella's sister, then 12, revealed that her little sister's mouth and nose, guys, trigger warning, had been duct taped, and that she had lost consciousness before her death. Lehua Kalua carried the girl into a bathtub of water, allegedly to revive her, then assisted in bringing the child's lifeless body to bed. Guys, as Crystal goes, not to take away from Gannon, I'm just saying it's really, guys, it's not comparing one to another, but this is a case that very few people really honestly know about. It never really got the traction, and it's just sickening. It's sickening what human beings could actually do. Let's see here. The 6-year-old allegedly had been kept in a dog cage and denied food. Both sisters were also allegedly physically and mentally abused since February 8th, 2019, when they first went to the Kalua home. Sleuth and I may be talking a little bit more about we will be talking more about this case at some point. I'm not sure if it'll be this next Wednesday, but both of us have playlists where you can follow the case. Sleuth's playlists are amazing. If you want to really get an update on what's going on, please take a look at that. And Sleuth, I know you're working, but if you have the ability, or Christola, to put her playlist in there for Sleuth, it's really a great playlist. In his motion for bail, Isaac says he is charged with an omission offense, not the commission offense, in count 1, both for second-degree murder. So basically saying that I was the one who hid the body, I was the one who lied to the police and things like that. I was not the one who killed her. And all available evidence and allegations against Mr. Kalua clearly point in that direction. He has nothing to do with the alleged commission. The motion points out that unlike his wife, he is not charged with 2 counts of abuse of a family member, which is very frustrating. Kalua is additionally charged with hindering prosecution, including murder, 2 counts of first-degree endangering the welfare of a minor, bodily injury, and 2 counts of second-degree endangering the welfare of a minor, duty of care. Lehua Kalua is also charged with the same hindering prosecution and endangering welfare of a minor charges as her husband. Circuit Judge Paul Wong will hear the motion for bail on January 5th. And just FYI, it was denied. And Isaac Kalua's court-appointed attorney, Donovan Otto, also filed a December 17th motion to suppress statement, which is scheduled to be heard on February 26th. The motion says police detective Alan Oku began a custodial interrogation at 1:38 p.m. on September 20th, 2021, after Isaac and Lehua went into an interview room together, and he spoke with both of them for 27 minutes. Isaac provided personal information such as his name, address, and place of employment, but he was not read his constitutional right to remain silent. And that's where we're getting at some very big concerns that I have. He said the detective characterized the interrogation as gathering information to fill in the gaps. It's a missing child case. He had the couple sign consent forms to search their home video surveillance system, security door monitoring system, and cell phones, and to provide a buccal swab sample. So, DNA sample. Um, Everything that we do is to try and focus on how do we, okay, on how do we, what are we missing? What do we need to do? What things we need to look for or look towards to help us find out or find what happened to her? I'm hoping she's alive. I'm hoping she's kind of like lost. That was according to the detective. Before having them sign any consent form, Oku said, although it says crime, right now it's a missing child investigation. So it was a very, and guys, I hate to say it, this is very, very common in Hawaii. We tend to be very, very passive in Hawaii. And in fact, I joke with my friends all the time that when we're playing, okay, games, we tend to play games that are not player versus player. Okay, we're very, very passive when it comes to the passive aggressive to a point. And that's kind of what I'm reading here, that it was like, oh well, I know we need you to sign this, but you know what, no, it's not really a crime, it's more of a child missing child investigate. And he was probably trying to create that feeling of openness where they felt comfortable and stuff like that. But you know what, there's certain things that have to be done, and that's what worries me right now. Lehua Kalua was then taken to a separate room while her husband remained and was advised of his constitutional right against self-incrimination, the motion says. So there's a lot, there's some more here, but I know Sleuth and I are going to do some further talking about this at some point here, and I really do want to bring up Ashley's case. But gang, I'm worried about this. I do hope maybe the best thing that could come out of this at this point would be that we find out where she is, because that would make, she's got siblings, a mom, dad, grandma, okay, aunties who want to know where she is. Okay, they know that she's no longer with us. They just want to know where she is. And I get that. And so please keep an eye. Go check out Sleuth's playlist. She has an amazing playlist on this case. And we'll definitely be talking more about this. We are now moving into October for a court date. So, but it does say, and I'm kind of holding out on hope right now with this, that both sides have agreed to October. So my suspicion is October is real this time. I may be wrong, but that's my suspicion at this point. So cross your fingers, say a couple prayers, and we'll see what happens there. So, okay, now we got our next thing. Let me see real quickly. What do we have? We don't have too many votes here, but let's kind of see. I've got a new case that I came across this morning. Okay, Ashley Turcotte is her name. Right now, we're 50-50 as to who has heard of this case and who has not. I had not heard of this case whatsoever going into this live. I'm trying to pull it together, and there's still quite a few oh my God, there's holes galore in this case. So we'll have to see exactly where we are. But I wanted to share this with you. I've actually been sharing Ashley's picture up in the corner since we started this live. And this is a young woman who went missing. Actually, let me do this. Let me bring up, I don't have my normal slides, but I have this. So let me do this real quickly. There we go. Okay, this is Ashley. Ashley Turcotte actually went missing at the beginning of this year. Sorry, I've got dogs. Okay, come here. Come here, Cassie. Okay, there. Cassie's like, don't you dare take my treats. Those are my treats, no one else's. And I'm not sure if Chris covered that or not. But anyhow, back to Ashley. Ashley is a 31-year-old who was last seen the morning of January 4th. Okay, she lives in a tiny, tiny town. And I'm going to show you guys a map of the area. And we're talking rural. We're talking small, small rural area. And she went missing. Okay. No one really realized she was missing, okay, for about a day or so. And I'm hearing that's the other thing. There's been a lot of different dates shared with this. So even the dates I'm giving you, okay, I'm not sure what the real dates are because I keep finding different dates at different times. So I'm kind of going with the most recent information that I tracked. But just as a heads up for everyone with that. So last time she was seen, so just to go through here, she was seen by her family and then at a store, and we're going to look at those pictures. But after that, she kind of went missing until her car was later found outside of the town hall. Okay, again, small area. You're going to be able to see the area. It's teeny tiny area. Um, the area where she was found, no cameras looking towards that area. So family and this whole town is really they just had a prayer vigil for her I think it was last week or so. Her favorite color is teal, and you actually have the whole town has put up teal lights for her just to remind everyone that they're not going to forget about her. So let's start going through these. And also, here's her poster. I don't have posters made yet for her, but the missing, okay, person, the Aware Foundation poster is really well done in this case. And so let me pull up this real quick. So, uh, give me just a second. There we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, so pull this part over there so I can read. Okay, so they've really been looking. Actually, let me do this before we go into the area. Let me actually show you. Sorry, changing my mind here. I want to show you this area because this is what really got me was just how small of an area this town is. Okay, so let's just go here and pull out so everyone can see in general where we are talking about. My computer's being very slow again. I mean, you are really, really out there. Okay. New Hampshire, out in the middle of nowhere. Okay. And then we come down into here. This worries me a little bit here. Keep this in the back of your head. We definitely do have some rivers that are literally right, almost right up to where her car was found. Okay. This is the town. This is literally the town where she went missing. I think I read something like 9,000 people. So it's small. Her car itself was found right outside of the town hall. So you can kind of see this area right here. You got the church right here. You got the town hall here. Her car was found right outside of here. Unfortunately, where her car was found, there were no cameras. So no way of being able to go back and see, okay, who got out of the car, things like that, which is a problem. Um, she's also someone who is well known in the community for actually doing craft stuff. Okay, yeah. All the bodies of water around, and there are some big concerns. Could she have taken a walk at some point? Very possible. That's why I'm saying there's so many different holes in the story where we're trying to make things make sense. And yep, that was one of the first things Sleuth even said to me too, was, oh my God, look at all the water with this. So and yeah, just to take it out just a little bit to show you, there's your water right there. So it's not that far. We've got water throughout this whole area. And she also, something to keep in the back of your head, she had an Etsy store. She was known to do crafts. She would do paintings of people's animals and stuff like that. Let me see. I think I got a picture here of her with the police actually with some of these things. Here's one of her, a painting she did of one of their dogs. And so she's well loved. Here's another one. She would paint pumpkins and deliver them around town. And also, she was extremely well loved, well recognized in this community, which is definitely concerning when you recognize her car is parked where it was parked. And did they recognize it? When did it get recognized? How long? Things like that. And so With the Etsy store, something in the back of my head that does pop up, she had told everyone, according to Etsy, and the Etsy store was not real busy. It looks like most of her business was more like what I do, where it's in-person business. I don't sell a lot via online. It's more face-to-face type things. But she did post that on January 2nd, she was going to be taking a break. Now, could that be connected to her disappearance? Possibly, very possibly. Could it be just connected to the idea that, you know what, once you get through the holiday season, a lot of people, okay, close their stores because over the holiday season, you are selling so many things that you don't have the product anymore. I mean, I've literally been, even while I've been sick, I've been doing diamond painting because I've had to restock up. And then you also have a lot of people, they're not buying a lot of stuff after the Christmas holidays. So a lot of small mom pop crafters, they shut down for a couple weeks after the holidays. So it could be that also. But it's something to keep in the back of your head. Definitely something to keep in the back of your head. Couple of the things that did also happen, the morning she officially was last seen, and then we will come back into the article and everything. There has been some CCTV of her at the Dollar General store. So basically, in order before we read through the article, um, they came across these videos here. Let me pull this down for a second. And these are videos of her as she entered the Dollar General store in Barnstead. She made two purchases that morning. We don't know what those purchases were, but at 9:18 in the morning and then at 10:44 in the morning, she made two different purchases. And these are the last photos of her. Okay, and you have her. These are, of course, they're never the best pictures because we're all sitting there and we're okay. I don't know if it was a pay on your own or if it was at the actual a human checkout stand, but two different times here. I don't know if you look at this with these, you've got two of them with her hat on and one without the hat. I think it's still the same jacket. I was trying to figure that out. I think the two with the jacket were one of the times she bought things, and the one without the jacket was the second. So, or vice versa. And if you look at the jacket itself, I was trying to figure out, did she have the jacket on the second time or not? And I think so. It's hard to tell because of the lighting, but you can see the zipper there. Actually, I don't know. I don't know. I'd love to hear your guys' thought on that. Is she actually in the same jacket? Yeah, about an hour apart. Sorry, I wasn't looking. Hey, Shift's here. Hey, Shift, how you doing, my dear? And Cooter's here. Sorry, guys, I was out of the window for a few minutes there. So, yes, you're gonna force your way back into streaming for sure, my dear. And we need you back bad. So, let's see here what we get. There's some concerns I do have with the video, the pictures. Something doesn't. I don't know. I don't got the feeling, but that's full assumption, complete assumption. Okay, two different times of the day, about an hour apart. Yep, exactly. Just learning, yep. This is a new case. January 4th is when these pictures were done. After that, after she decided she left there, we don't know what happened to her. She did not go home. Whoops, sorry, from what we know. The next time we know, yeah, that kind of, I get what you're saying. One side's a little more droopy, so it could be more, had she had a stroke before things. I haven't heard of anything like that. A TIA or some mini stroke could be. I have not heard anything. Seal's here. Hey, Seal, we got a new case for you, girl. We got a new case, and this one's got a lot of holes in it, lots of holes. So after this, the next we know is actually the next day. The next day, they find her vehicle, which is a silver Hyundai Elantra, outside of the town hall. So just to give you an idea, there's the vehicle. Okay, that's what it looks like. And here is the town hall again. So vehicles parking there. Sounds like there are CCTV things there, but not in the area where she parked. Other concerns with where she parked, they found her phone in the car, her backpack is in the car, her wallet, and her keys. All of that's in the car. So it doesn't look like there's any signs of struggles or anything like that. I know there's a lot of different assumptions here. I'll be honest with you guys, gang. Why would you go to a town hall and leave your car? Okay, had she driven down there to meet someone about a possible painting that she was going to do? Okay, and something happened to her at that point. That's a possibility, definite possibility. Did she go down there to do that and then she decided to go for a walk down by the water and she slipped into the water? Another possibility. So a lot of different possibilities coming out of this case. And that's what's frustrating, because there's no real overt evidence, but there's a lot of kind of red flags. There's some other things that, as you guys start reading into this case, there are some groups. When I join Want a Tip Loco, I'll always take a tip. Yes. And also, oh my God, I love you, girl. And also, there's a lot of possibilities with this case. There's also a lot of things that you're going to read into it. There's 3 different Facebook groups. That's what I was saying. One disappeared while I had actually just joined it. It disappeared. So I don't know if it's going to be coming back or not, but there's an official one. And then there's a public and a private one. And I hope it's not another Cheez-It scenario. Oh my God, please, please, please don't be a Cheez-It scenario. I honestly, at first, I don't know if she may have had a history in the past. She is an artist, and artists are known to kind of go off on their own, okay, when they need some time and all, but this is a little long for just going on your own. And then if you're going to go out on your own, you're leaving a message, a note or something. You're not leaving your keys, your wallet, your backpack, all those things in the car. At first, I wasn't hearing anything about whether her keys were left there. And I was like, oh, well, maybe she had her keys with her. Because, for example, me, I've been known to leave my car and I'll leave my purse in the car and stuff like that. And I'll take the keys with me because I'm running into Starbucks or something like that. And I thought, well, maybe that's the case that we have here. But now they're saying, no, they found the keys in her car too. There's also some kind of weird things that we're finding in past involving potentially family members and stuff like that. And I don't know where the truth is on a lot of this stuff. So I'm being very careful on that, because you guys know how I feel about jumping to conclusions on certain things. And that's something I want to be very careful on. So I don't know. I don't know with those. Let me real quickly, I'm going to go to the article so we can kind of get a couple more updates from the article. Let's see here, because it does talk a little bit about the searches. And so dogs, horses, drones joined the search for her. So Barnstead, it's now been, so this was a while ago. Okay, this was 2 weeks ago. It's now been a week since Ashley was last seen. That 7 days has included, and you guys, New Hampshire, you guys know how freaking cold it has gotten. That's even more so of a concern right now. If she's out there on her own, she's got to be somewhere, okay, where it's warm. I mean, other than that, there's a lot of concerns with that. Meanwhile, efforts to find her have only accelerated. On Thursday, a search including multiple agencies and volunteers combed the woods near the last place her vehicle was seen, and subsequent searches were planned. Yeah, nope. You know, there's so many. It's like, did she go off on her own? Did she slip and fall into the water? Did she meet up with someone that she was going to sell something to and something wrong happened? There's a lot of possibility, and that's the problem. We can't just jump to one or the other and forget the others. Also planned is a candlelight event called Light Ashley's Way Home at 6:30 p.m. on Friday, January 12th. And that's where the picture I showed you of the teal flags, that's where that came from. Um, the public is invited to attend the event at Barnstead Elementary School, and the gathering is intended to be a collective expression of hope for her safe return. Attendees are asked to bring their own candles if possible. Another thing about the hey Tim, how you doing, my dear? Another thing with the idea that she just walked off on her own or something like that. One thing I'm getting with her, Auntie, how you doing, Auntie? And hello, hello, hello. Thanks for the support, my dear. I appreciate it. Thank you. Um, this is definitely a woman who was well known, well liked, well supported in her community. Okay. She was probably one of those a small town, probably would go shopping and people like, hey Ashley, how you doing? Type thing. Okay, so she probably knows if she went out on her own that there are people scared and worried about her family. It's not just a family thing. We got the whole town here worried about her. And so her making a conscious decision not to even let people know she's safe does not sound like something that sits well in my heart. I'm it just as much as I wish that's what it was, it's not sitting well on me with me at all. I don't know if it's something with the water or if it's something involving someone and something bad happened. But I'm kind of leaning between those two. Turcotte 31 is 5 feet 5 inches tall and has brown eyes and brown hair. She was last seen wearing dark pants and dark long sleeve shirt, possibly with a blue or black winter coat. She was reported missing on Thursday after her vehicle was found parked at the town hall lot. Inside was her backpack and her cell phone. I've also tracked down that her keys were there too. Chief Paul Poirier said police have examined every piece of surveillance footage that might have recorded what happened after Turcotte parked her car, but have not found anything useful. There is not a camera that covers the section of a lot where she parked. And that does worry me too. Okay. Was her car even dropped off by someone else? That's another possible assumption that you can make out there. We don't know where she could be, Poirier said, adding officers in the department, assisted by many other agencies, have been searching wooded areas near the town hall. The location where her car was found is the strongest thread searchers currently have to follow. That's the starting point right now. On Thursday, a search involving 8 trained dogs took place, covering a radius of about a half a mile around the town hall. Joining the effort were commercially licensed drone operators who use aerial devices that had thermal imaging as well as night vision. Earlier in the week, horse-mounted police officers from Manchester helped in search in the hopes that a more elevated vantage point might reveal something that was missed. The search on Thursday included personnel from New Hampshire Fish and Game as well as from New England Canine Search and Rescue. Quote, we do welcome any help that's available to come and assist, Poirier said, noting he specifically wanted to include other law enforcement agencies. Guys, one thing that is in my head with this is, hey, Cassie, come here, is that this is a small town. Like I said, I think 9,000 people, if I remember correctly. It's not a town with a heavy, high crime rate. I mean, it's small crime rate. These people, the police there probably don't have what, say, Denver or a large New York or something like that, or even something in a mid-range has ability. So they do need to lean on these other groups. This is not sounding very good at all, Seal. And I think right now, getting information so that they can figure out what to do is what's important. Okay, there's someone out there knows something. Okay. We welcome, okay, He asked, I wanted to include other law enforcement agencies, search rescue organizations in that invitation. He asked that individuals join an organized effort. Solo searchers could distract other searchers or obscure available clues or scent trails. Quote, if there are people who are going to organize a search, they should check in with Barnstead Police Department and take GPS coordinates. We don't want someone going out to search an unfamiliar area and get lost themselves. And that is what's happening on the Facebook group. People are saying, hey, can people let the police know we'd like to search this area? They're trying to organize things. Um, it's difficult for the family, and I would say people in the town are concerned. They want to help the best they can. In a driveway off Shackford Road, Brandon Turcotte, Ashley's brother, was watching a team of licensed drone operators who were volunteering their time to help search the area from the air. Brandon said, I don't have the words to describe what the past 7 days had been like for him and his family. We're having an overwhelming amount of support, people coming out to ask to do stuff, Brandon said. Some have been less helpful, such as spreading false reports that Ashley was at a hospital. He also has asked hold off on people entering the wood themselves for fear of hindering the search efforts. The amount of support we have from Barnstead Fire, Police Department, everyone in the community, letting us know that everyone wants to help find her has been a source of comfort. Right now, there's so many agencies involved, they're doing all they can. Couple things that do concern me. Nowhere in here have I heard any comment about any scents being picked up. In fact, one place I found online actually mentioned that no scents are being picked up, which is worrisome from the car. There should be some sort of scent coming from that car. There's not a lot of traffic in the area. It's one thing recently I've been able to talk to someone who works with search and rescue dogs. They're trying to put together a program for Alzheimer's people out here. And they were saying they can find it this late after. Okay. But the more you have people traveling through, yes, it changes things. And, but in that area, I would think that they would be able to get some. So, did someone drop the car off there? Knowing, especially that that area does not have cameras covering. People have gone through and looked at every single video camera for that area, and they're not seeing anything. Considering that the day before it was so easy to find her at the Dollar General store, it's frustrating to know that they're not being able to get any video of someone driving her car in or things like that. So I think right now where we are at it truly does come down to getting the word out. We know the town knows about it. Okay. But it's getting more and more people to recognize speaking up is what's important. Getting the word out so maybe more people are willing to go out there and donate time in case it is involving the water or stuff like that. And like I said, there are some things that I have heard about in the past that concern me. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that with that discussion there until I can verify some more things. I know Sleuth, you know what I'm talking about. And many of you, if you start tracking this on Facebook, you're going to know what it is that I'm talking about. But I don't like to say things unless I could verify because I don't want to hurt other people and their life. And that becomes dangerous in my eyes. And so we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But we do know, okay, that she hasn't been seen from then. She was heavily on Pinterest before this. She's disappeared from Pinterest. And nothing seems to be making sense. So if you guys can help me with sharing out, like, okay, I've got right here the poster according to the Aware Foundation. If you guys can help me in getting that out to people and we can see what we can do to just hopefully find something. There needs to be, yeah, find a scent, find some story, whatever. Christola, okay, well, think about it this way. For her car to be left where it was and it not be reported, it was probably at night. True. So that means people traveling through means they should have more of a possibility of finding a scent. Yeah. True, true. Hey, Rebel Soul, how you doing, my dear? Something still does not feel right about this. Yes, I think the water's a possibility, but there's something in me that is just like something else is going on, and that's why we need to get this out there. I'd love to hear what you guys have to think about it. Please join me over on Discord so we can talk about this because I'd love to hear, like I said, there's certain things I don't want to discuss about here that okay, we'll do more okay, assumption discussion over on Discord. So let me know what you have, what your thought process about it. So in the meantime, please help us get that out. We will be doing Cantina though, by the way, in 1 hour, 2 minutes from now. Like I said, it is a birthday canteen. My birthday's not till Sunday, but we are going to go ahead and celebrate it today because I can't do it on Sunday. And because between football and my family wanting to do things, yeah, that's just life. So, but I hope to see you guys. For those of you who have never come to Cantina, literally, it's just lay back, have fun. We talk, okay, we can play games if we want to play games. We can talk story, we can, you name it. Okay, as long as no drama. The one and only rule, no drama. And so I love each and every one of you, and I will see y'all very soon. 61 minutes and counting. Talk to you soon. Aloha, mahalo, bye bye.